This is where I hid. I was on the floor and it was dark. It's like a totally different thing when you're actually feeling it.
It's time. You okay, babe?
So this is where it all began. At 3:30 a.m. I woke up and I had to use the bathroom.
I started pooping at 3:30, and then I started getting contractions, and tuloy until now. So today's the day.
So it felt like something was different, and that's when my contractions started, and I monitored them on this app until the app told me that it was time for me to go to the hospital. And that's when I started slightly panicking, and my husband started getting everything ready. So he inflated the pool right here and filled it up with water. He tried to make the room very spa-like with candles and a diffuser and just make it all really nice, except we forgot one thing, that our blinds don't really cover the light. So it was so bright and I was really uncomfortable. So I ended up having contractions, painful contractions, and wanting to hide. This is where I hid. I was on the floor and it was dark. And yeah, I stayed here for a while and I was in pain for a while. And yeah, after that, I ended up in the bathroom. The lights were probably, excuse my messy bathroom, guys, but I'm sure your bathrooms are messy too. Just kidding. So I was here on the floor and in the shower, and I just couldn't find any relief from the pain. So I ended up here when my water broke, and like the floor was like all wet, and yeah, I was just crawling basically. And at that time, my doula and my midwife were already here, and my midwife checked on me and said I was fully dilated so I could get in the water. And so I made my way back into the room and into the pool. And I really thought that I would feel like this relief once I got into the warm water, but I didn't. It was still really painful. And by that time, Pancho was massaging my tailbone just to counter the pain, and it was so red already, and it was just like, basically I wanted him to crack my tailbone for me because of the pain. And I kind of lost my energy because I kept puking, and that whole time I just kept thinking to myself like, this too shall pass. Every time the contractions came, I would tell myself that I could do it, and I tried not to panic and take breaks in between the contractions. But Pancho got really worried because at that time I lost so much energy, and my face was just really pale. So I had to eat something that would give me energy to push more. So I ate frozen blueberries, and that honestly really helped me have that extra boost to keep pushing. I didn't make much progress in the water, so my midwife and my doula told me to stand up and try pushing standing up, and I just wasn't comfortable in the water anymore. So I ended up moving onto the bed and laboring on the bed. And the beauty of home birth, I have to tell you, is that you have the option to move freely and do whatever you want and just follow your own instincts. So that's what I did. I was laboring on the bed, and I was laboring standing up, and it was just really painful, to be honest. But eventually they saw his head coming out while I was standing up. And my team told me to try another position where I was squatting and I was holding Pancho and he was behind me. And they found that to be the best position to get Skye out. And I didn't have the strength to push anymore. They were saying, just keep pushing and he'll come out. And I was like, once I tear, there's no way that I'll be able to continue pushing through the pain. So we moved back into the water, And that's when I was able to really push and push, and the water helped me get him out. And once he came out, I just felt this overwhelming joy.
My baby.
And I just felt like so much relief that he came out safely, and he was crying really loud.
So really
So that told me that he's a healthy baby boy. And so it was just overwhelming, honestly. But then the pain didn't end there, and I was wondering how come it still hurts, and they told me that I have to give birth to the placenta too. So I didn't know that it wouldn't end there. So I moved onto the bed, and while I held my little angel, I waited for the placenta to come out. And yeah, and then that's when the pain finally stopped and he was able to breastfeed. It took him a while to latch. And after that, Pancho was able to cut the umbilical cord, and that was an amazing moment too. And my friends and family came over. What's in it, Mo?
Blueberries and strawberry ice cream.
And
milk and water.
And
the main ingredient.
The main ingredient is placenta. So good. Not bloody at all. This is what it looks like, by the way. But, you know, magic. It was not what I expected, but it makes me have more appreciation for mothers out there and more respect. It's like a totally different thing when you're actually feeling it. So it felt very, very intense, but amazing, amazing.
But I think you handled it well.
No.
Did she?
Oh, yes. Yeah, she was a goddess. Oh my gosh, she handled it amazing. I think she has a different idea of herself, but she handled it so well.
Also, a funny story, by the way, my mom was here the whole time and she tried to come in, and I told everybody, don't let her in, please don't, because you know, she would have gone nuts seeing me in pain.
I'm a
grandmother. You hear me? A grandmother? Oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm a mom. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
You're a mom.
Oh my god.
And he's a dad.
Honestly, during labor, you really don't care anymore. You don't give a about anything because you're in so much pain. But yeah, it was just an amazing experience. After that, I felt more empowered and strong, and I can't imagine the pain that they had to go through. Well, I can actually, because I'm a mom now too, duh. So yeah, it's not easy, but it's very fulfilling and very worth it. So yeah, that is a blow-by-blow account of my birthing story. So if you're considering having a home water birth, I hope that I shared some knowledge with you. It isn't easy, it's very hard, but you know, once you're 100% in it, always be positive and always tell yourself that this too shall pass. And always try to think of your little angel while you're in labor, because you know that once your baby comes out, it'll all be worth it.